Hey, Scott Spears here on Wrestling Cavalcade, and we are back. And after that nasty, nasty perpetration last week, Big Bully Busick is back. After you tried to show these fraudulent photos of Nikolai Volkoff with Vladimir Putin. How could you do such a thing, Bully? I see you're sitting, giving yourself a little distance.
I'm an honest man, Scott
You're giving
Spears.
yourself some distance.
I'm an honest man.
Why aren't you sitting in the chair there between, next to Nikolai? You afraid he might reach over and put the old Russian sickle on you?
No, he's been eating too much garlic.
Nikolai Volkoff.
It's part of his diet.
Nikolai Volkoff would like to get you in the ring. Didn't you say?
You know he's a big fan of garlic.
Didn't you say in the third match of your career he put a hurting on you? About put you out of your, ended your career?
He almost did.
You remember that, Nikolai?
Yeah, it was a real pleasure.
Oh, I thought it was.
To give him a lesson, wrestling lesson, yes.
Then he took me to the gym the next day.
Did he?
I tried to help him.
He never listened, did he?
No.
Yeah, he's just not a wise guy. For all the people last week, we do want to show that footage one more time, the fraudulent footage. Now, Busick, describe these fraudulent photos which Nikolai has told us are fraudulent, completely fraudulent, but let's see the photos one more time here, the goofiest photos you've ever seen.
Okay.
Where'd you have these done at the...
There's Vladimir Putin.
I know these were done at a photo mat in Steubenville.
You know Vladimir Putin, right?
I do know, but I know Nikolai.
Right. So you see, Nikolai Volkoff is known internationally when people call and they want to consult with him. And all he's doing is consulting with Putin.
Why does he have a flag in the office?
Well, he wants to make sure that Putin isn't eating that Twinkie.
Why is he with Barack Obama and Vladimir Putin?
He's trying to keep the peace. He doesn't want these two fighting.
Okay, Nikolai, once again, just to put it on the record, what do you think of those pics? Oh, yeah, that's what I say.
They are phony. They are fragile.
Bully, you've tried to say that Bobo Sr. is not the father of Bobo Jr.
I did.
You've tried to say that Nikolai Volkoff is in bed with Vladimir Putin. You've brought phony pictures. You've dummied up birth certificates. You are the most crooked man ever. Could you tell the truth? Would you know if you told the truth?
I would.
Would you?
He probably die if he told the truth.
Yeah, well, we don't want that to happen just yet because we have a wrestling trivia question. He might die of fright in this because we know your knowledge isn't very extensive.
Nikolai Volkoff's in trouble with this wrestling trivia.
I find that highly unlikely because we flipped the coin earlier on, and the first question goes...
Yeah, speaking of that coin, I want to see that coin at the end of this show.
Is there anything you don't complain about?
I don't trust you, Spears. I don't trust you.
That's good. It's a mutual admiration society because I know I don't trust you.
You're shaky.
I am?
Yeah, very shaky.
Where did you get that hat, by the way? It's on one of those old silent movies. That's why every time I see that hat, I see Laurel and Hardy. Remember them, Nikolai?
Yes, yeah.
He's got one of those hats like Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice hat.
Yeah, he's a winner. Here we go. First
From somebody that's wearing a tie like that and that goofy handkerchief you got in your pocket over there, I wouldn't say too much, Scott Spears. Let's go on with the trivia.
Didn't you get the dress code? You come in a T-shirt? Where are you going after the show?
Cameraman, turn that camera over here.
He fell asleep, I think, over there. Well, yeah, you're in shape, but you don't want to tangle with this man. You pick on a...
There you go, trying to start a fight between me and Nikolai.
It's because you're a bully, and you fit your name, because you'll pick on somebody like me who's never been in the ring. Oh, yes, you can assert your authority over me, an announcer, a broadcaster, but a man 50 years in the wrestling business who's knocked them all around. Now, you're not going to talk to him like that. You're going to put a chair between you.
I went out to greet the man. I didn't see you going out to greet him.
Out the back door, as he was coming in the front door. Scary. Okay, first question in the wrestling trivia contest. If Nikolai does not answer this first question correctly, it will go to the bully. Who did Nature Boy Ric Flair face in his first WrestleMania appearance in 1992 at WrestleMania 8? Who do you think, Nikolai?
Oh, I know.
No, you're not first. Just calm down.
Macho Man.
That's correct.
Wait a minute.
Ding, ding, ding.
Did the president give you that answer?
We're talking about President Putin?
No, the president of this organization.
That's one for Nikolai.
All right, one for Nikolai.
0 for the bully. All right, Nikolai, here's a question for you. And again, these questions were chosen unbiasedly by me.
There ain't anything you do that's not biased.
Okay. Well, this next question I think will prove that I'm not biased. Who did Nikolai Volkoff and Boris Zukov face, or sing with a celebrity during WrestleMania 6? Former host of The Tonight Show at the piano during WrestleMania 6.
To be honest with you, I forgot his name. You told me that.
You remember it though.
Yeah, I remember it.
You
yeah.
remember it?
Woody Allen?
Close enough. Steve Allen.
Steve
It was
Allen.
Steve Allen.
Okay,
Woody
Steve
Allen.
Allen.
Steve
Steve
Allen.
Allen.
Same thing. Did you
Close
know that?
enough, he
He
says.
has terrible, yeah. He play, yeah.
He played some Russian songs, didn't he? If I recall from that particular event.
Yeah. There he played American national anthem too.
Did you know the answer to that question, Bully?
I know it was Johnny Carson.
It was not Johnny
I
Carson.
mean, Steve Allen.
It was Steve Allen.
Steve Allen.
Okay, that's another one for Nikolai. 2 up, 0 for the Bully. Before we go to our first match here, we're going to get one more question in.
I think something's wrong here with these questions.
Do you? Okay, here we go. Bully. Who defeated Hulk Hogan to end his first WWE title reign in 1988?
Iron Sheik.
Wrong.
What do you mean wrong?
The Iron Sheik never defeated Hulk Hogan.
Iron Sheik beat Hulk Hogan.
I don't think that happened. Nikolai.
He beat Backlund and then he beat Hogan.
Who defeated him in 1988 for his first title? He was a big guy. 500 pounds.
Andre the Giant?
Andre the Giant. That's the right answer. Oh, Mike. Nikolai.
I can't win for
you
losing
know
over
your
here.
wrestling trivia. Andre the Giant. Yes, it was. How did you not know that?
What is it,
Bully?
3-0 already?
That was in Detroit, I believe. wasn't it?
Detroit. Yes.
Detroit, yeah, I
Saturday
was
night's
there,
main
yeah.
event. He was there that
Yeah.
night. You weren't. Where were you during
That's where
that?
Bobo Brazil's from,
We
isn't
were
it?
up in
Detroit?
Steubenville, seeing what's going on.
Getting that steel plate put in his head?
The Bully can still win, but it's 3-0.
3-0.
3-0. 3-0. What kind of language is that? 3-0.
3-0.
3-0 is what you say. We're coming back. Trivia challenge continues.
I don't like the way
Nikolai
this is
Volkoff
going, Scott
putting
Spears.
a beating on the Bully, as we thought he would, like fraudulent pictures. Okay, we're coming back. And we're back, and the wrestling trivia challenge continues. And Bully, since you're 3 down, I'm not even going to ask Nikolai this one. I'm going to
All
give
right.
you a chance to answer this one.
Okay, go
'Cause I
ahead.
don't think you have a chance, a prayer in the world.
Go ahead. I got it. Go ahead.
What came out of the egg at the Survivor Series 1990?
The Red Rooster.
Not the Red Rooster. Nikolai, do you know what came out of the egg?
Yeah, Gambler.
The Googly Gobbler.
Well, Red
Googly
Rooster,
Gobbler.
same thing. I should get points for
The
that.
Red Rooster was Terry Taylor. Do you know what's going on here? Now, Nikolai was at this event. You weren't. You were up in Steubenville doing some of your Jimmy the Greek bookie business during this time. But the indoor attendance record at that time was set not by football, not by basketball, not by anything. It was set by pro wrestling in 1987, about 2 hours from here, up in Pontiac, Michigan.
Michigan, yes.
Yep, Nikolai was there. Who'd you wrestle on that card, Nikolai?
I wrestled
That's not the question.
I think Brian Blair.
Yeah, the Killer Bees.
Killer Bees,
you and
yeah.
Iron Sheik, absolutely.
Yes.
Nikolai, what do we do to get our memories working? We can get our
What?
physical in shape. What do we do to get the memories
The
working?
memory is very good. I take some insect when you go sleep. Put some insect. It's called jasmine insect. They're best for your brain.
What is your most memorable moment in your career?
One of the most memorable Korea is when I first come in a ring in Madison Square Garden. I couldn't speak English, and I wrestled Bruno Sammartino, and it was the first time Madison Square Garden was sold out. They have a hand over, oh my God, over 25,000 people. Madison Square. That was the first time Madison Square Garden was sold out. The best house before that was Bruno and Ivan Koloff a couple years ago.
And Ivan Koloff, we just lost him.
Yeah, I just lost him. Yeah, I was a good friend. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame when those great legends go away. Bully, you had a great career.
Well, on a serious note, we lost Ivan Koloff.
Yes, absolutely.
We lost George Steele.
George Steele.
He
We
was
lost
from,
Snuka.
Oh, yes.
he was from Detroit too, George Steele.
Been a bad year so far.
Yeah.
2008.
And Jimmy Snuka, yes.
Jimmy Snuka, one of the all-time greats. George Steele played this character that everybody knows him for,
Yeah.
the animal. But
I
boy,
know.
George Steele was a very smart man.
Oh yeah,
Very smart
he
guy.
was a teacher. He teach wrestling and he teach football.
And it's a
In the high
shame.
school.
It's a shame because of cable. More people don't remember Ivan Koloff, but he was a world
Oh,
champion.
world champion. He was
Oh,
a
yeah.
great
Absolutely.
wrestler. Yes.
Wasn't he the first to defeat Bruno for the title?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ivan Koloff.
In Baltimore.
Absolutely. Sad.
And I was a tag team champion with Ivan Koloff in Florida.
Is that right?
Yes, in my God, in 80s, early 80s.
In the 80s?
Yes.
Was it the 70s, the 60s? You've wrestled in so many decades. 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s. Was it being a Russian? Which was the fans hated it the most? Which time was the hardest?
Well, that time Russia, United States was in a Cold War, and I escaped, from communism. When I come here, United States, Fred Blessing, my manager said, Nikolai, you have to turn around, forget it. What happened to you? We have to show those people what the Russians are. So just please play one of them. So I did. I said, okay, I can do it, and I did a good job.
And now you're across America.
Oh
Beautiful,
yes,
beautiful.
Yes.
Bully, let's try to get one right.
All right,
Honest
go ahead,
to
Scott
God.
Spears. I got it. I got it. I got it. Go ahead. I got it.
No, Nikolai got the gobbledygooker, so I got to give him another point here. You got to get something right here. Okay, the indoor attendance record was set. That's where I was going with that. WrestleMania 3, 1987, just up the road here, Pontiac, Michigan, the Silver Dome, which I think is no longer there anymore.
Is that right?
I think it was just gone recently, a matter of fact. What was the attendance
Now,
of that event?
are you want me to include the video attendance,
No, the attendance in the
the
arena.
attendance in the building?
Indoor.
Do you want me to count the employees also?
Yeah, go right ahead.
There's employees. You want the employees in on that?
You
count?
put the employees in on
Okay.
that count if you like.
And
Sure.
what about security?
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Well,
If-
because
if-
security. So
if
you want me to
come within
include?
2,000, I'll give it to you.
You want me to security, working staff, and
Concessioners.
paid attendance?
Concessioners.
What
people
about
who
complimentary
scalp-
tickets?
People who scalp tickets.
What
sure.
about complimentary?
Complimentary.
All right.
The wrestlers themselves, sure. People who were ring runners.
It was 93,214 and a half.
What? What was that number again?
93,214 and a half.
What's that exactly what it was? 93,000. Nikolai, what's the answer?
It was 93,173.
Yeah.
I was close enough. You said.
I'll give
You
that
said.
one. I'll give you that one.
Don't cheat, Scott
No,
Spears.
But I also heard, Nikolai.
If I didn't include the staff, I'd have been right on.
Nikolai told me a rumor that a few years ago you were up in Detroit trying to get Bobo Brazil Jr. under contract, Bobo Sr., and you went out a few dates with Heather Feather up there.
Heather Feather.
Remember Heather Feather?
I can't say that I do, Scott Spears.
Oh, look her up sometime.
Okay.
Look her up. Fans at home, if you don't remember
Boy,
Heather Feather.
He's throwing curves at me,
Oh.
and he knows Heather Feather.
You don't remember Heather Feather? You were
I
up
have
there
no
with-
idea who Heather
You were
Feather
going
is.
to those car hops with Heather Feather up there. She was a rather, 350
Healthy young lady.
probably, 5 foot, all legs,
Okay.
and she was Heather Feather.
Let's move on there, Scott Spears.
Just a rumor I heard
Heather
Nikolai
Feather.
earlier on.
Where in the world did you come up with that one?
Heather Feather. I can't believe you don't remember the great.
You must have
Heather
went to
Feather.
her store to buy that handkerchief you got in your coat pocket.
That's a classy handkerchief,
Yeah, that's a classy handkerchief.
like that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. T-shirt. Hosting a show. Couldn't even put on a tie.
It's a Nike outfit.
Well, are you doing some kind of heavy
Costs
lifting?
more than that bow tie
Are
you got
doing
on.
some heavy lifting on this show this week?
Move on, Scott Spears.
I do heavy lifting every week. I'm here carrying you.
Huh?
That's right. Here we go. Who did Rowdy Piper face at WrestleMania 3 in his retirement match?
That movie star.
Yes. Wore pink.
Yeah, paint. Yeah, I even took picture with him.
Yeah. You took a picture of him at the event?
Yes.
That's
yeah,
good
I
enough
took
for
a-
the
took-
point.
took a-
That's good enough.
Who was it?
Do you know?
No.
If
Yeah.
Nikolai says he took a picture of him at the event, that's a good enough answer for me. That's another one for Nikolai. It was Adrian Adonis.
Adrian Adonis. Okay.
Adrian Adonis. The adorable one at that point. Two more questions coming up.
He's there too.
Yeah, gone. I think a car crash, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Terrible. We're coming back, though, two more here on this big wrestling trivia cavalcade test. Right now, it's 5-1. It's
I'm
not
not
for you,
doing so
Bully.
well, am I, Scott?
Not for
Spears?
you. You got that Detroit question that Nikolai didn't even try to answer. We're coming back, and we're back. The trivia challenge continues. 5-1. It's a disgrace.
All right, I got to get some more points here. I got to at least chalk up a couple here.
There's only
Go
two
ahead, Scott
questions
Spears.
left.
Go ahead.
What the questions are?
Yeah, well, I'll give you the questions later on there. You
Well, they
can
are.
ask the questions and answer them there, Nikolai.
Morton. What's a Morton?
Just say it when I ask you the question, Nikolai. That's all you got to do.
All right.
This is like a contest up in Steubenville. They give you the answers long before they ask the questions.
Morton. What the hell is Morton?
This is the Steubenville Trivia Challenge here on Wrestling Cavalcade this week.
4th Street, 4th and Market in Steubenville.
Oh, Jimmy the Greek used to do it up there.
Tell me who's the greatest wrestler ever lived.
There we go. Okay. At WrestleMania 5, Rowdy Piper returned to the WWE. He had a famous television talk show host on Piper's Pit at that event. What was his first name?
Martin.
Yeah, oh my goodness, I didn't know you'd come up with that, Nikolai.
Me
I didn't
neither.
think you'd get that.
Who was it?
Morton.
Morton Downey.
Downey Jr.
You didn't know that. Did you know that one?
I did.
You did? Okay. We'll give the bully that one because there might have been a little trickery involved in that
Morton
question.
Downey Jr.
Just a tiny bit of trickery. Okay, this one's a good one. We're going back to WrestleMania 3. This is the final question in the trivia challenge. There's no way the bully can win. He's only got 2. Nikolai's got 5. There's no
I got
way.
this one. I'm going to get this one. Go ahead,
Well, I
Scott
hope
Spears.
so because these
Go
are
ahead,
as
go ahead,
phony
go ahead.
as your
Go ahead.
pictures, your KGB garbage that you brought here last week.
Go ahead, go ahead,
Do
go
you
ahead.
think the KGB kid comes around with a folder that has KGB written on it like this?
If I come up missing on my way to Steubenville, it's your fault.
A lot of people have come up missing on their way to Steubenville. Look at that, KGB written on there. And those phony, every time I look at those, Nikolai, and what a goofy looking picture that
My
is.
God. Yeah.
I know. That guy would try to pass that off on a program as being a legitimate picture. Anyway, moving right along. The trivia challenge here. Who came to the ring with Jake the Snake Roberts at WrestleMania 3? A legend in the world of rock and roll.
Alice Cooper.
Oh. You looked at me. You saw me writing that down. Didn't you,
Nice
Bully?
try.
Didn't you?
I got it, didn't I?
You did. You got it.
I got it.
He got a question.
You got it, yeah.
Now, do you remember Alice Cooper, Nikolai?
Yes.
Was he hanging with the boys that night at
Yeah,
WrestleMania?
he
3?
was a very nice guy, you know.
What's the nice? We talked about a few celebrities here. Morton Downey Jr. I know you remember him
Yeah.
very well. And Steve Allen and Alice Cooper. Who's the nicest celebrity you met in those years of
Oh,
WrestleMania?
it was a lot. It was nice people. Little Joe from Bonanza show.
Oh, really?
I met him. He was very nice. I told him, I'm glad to meet you because I used to watch you when I was a kid. He told me, you're a big shithead, but you give me a big hug. He was so happy, you know. It was very good, yeah. But he looked very, very, very sick, you know, and then a couple of years later, he was gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
What about
shame.
Liberace? Wasn't he hanging around?
Yeah, Liberace. I met him. He was a good piano player, and he was he have lots of show business energy. You know, he was very good. Flamboyant. You know, nice dress up. All the robe that he had was unbelievable. Yeah.
Muhammad Ali? Was
Muhammad
it WrestleMania?
Muhammad Ali.
Oh,
yes.
absolutely.
Muhammad Ali. Yes.
Who did you meet, Bully?
Oh, like Nikolai, I've met a lot of people throughout the years. Arnold, Jesse, well, you know, and you got to remember this, Scott Spears, is when I started in the business, Nikolai was already in about 8 years, and to walk into the locker room and have these guys that you grew up on, I didn't say much, but that was my celebrities because I respected the world of professional wrestling, okay? And I'm not kidding when I say Nikolai Volkoff. I'd go to the gym and I'd watch what he was doing. And I'm an accomplished powerlifter. I'm actually an elite powerlifter. I'd watch in the gym what he was doing, his techniques. See, nobody had the techniques like he did. And then you got Bruno. So there's a lot to our business, Scott Spears, that you don't know about.
Well, of course I don't know about it. And you were very accomplished when you were out there doing your wrestling business. Nikolai talks about his greatest match being with San Martino, Madison
Yes,
Square
San
Garden.
Martino, we wrestled in Madison Square Garden 1 hour to a draw.
What was
That
your...
was the first time and last time anybody wrestled Madison Square Garden for 1 hour.
That's a long time. That's a
Yeah,
long time to be in the
long
ring.
time.
Bully, your biggest match.
I categorize this in about 3 matches. You got Jerry Blackwell, Bruiser Brody, Abdullah the Butcher. And they used to, like I was the kid, and they used to take me to task. And they'd keep me out there long periods of time just to what we call blow me up. And by God, they did.
Abdullah the Butcher. He was a very intimidating fellow for a lot of people.
Yes.
Now, when we look at the world of wrestling here, because that's what we're doing on this program, who do you see today? Who do you like on the programs? Who do you like in the WWE, Nikolai?
I like John Cena.
Yeah, I think he's very accomplished,
Yeah.
certainly.
I like Bob Orton, and because I know him when he was born. I know his father, the rest of his father, and I even remember his grandfather was a wrestler.
Family business there.
Family business, yes. He's a pretty decent guy.
Who do you like, Bully?
Well, you got Bray Wyatt. I think he's just doing an excellent job. I'm with Nikolai on Orton for sure. And there's a host of talent out there today, and I don't know how Nikolai feels about it, but when I watch these guys in the ring today, I'm going to be wondering what they're going to be doing when they're my age or Nikolai's, even if they make it to Nikolai's age. They're going to be some sore characters. A lot of them are already hurt because they go out there for the fans, and I mean, they do stuff that just amazes me. But and I think Nikolai will agree with me on this. You're starting to see the bigger guys coming back. But I remember I couldn't get near a locker room unless you were at least 240. You know, Nikolai come in as heavy as 300-plus pounds at one point. And today, these guys are walking in 200 pounds, 205 pounds. Well, you know what? Try doing a triple somersault when you're 345 pounds like Nikolai was.
Well, Nikolai kept it very simple in the ring, but it was a good, solid wrestling plan.
Very solid.
That kept you in there for many years and keeps you in there today. And speaking of that, as Nikolai has won the challenge, next week on this program, we're going to be back with Nikolai and Bully. And next week, we're going to have a real celebration because next week, we're going to celebrate the 50 years of Nikolai's wrestling career. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're not going to have any of that chicanery like you've been trying to do.
Just a little bit, maybe, huh?
A little chicanery in the 50th.
Yeah.
You and your nonsense, you and your Putin pictures, which turned out not to be true. But we're going to come back. We're going to do that. And Nikolai, next week, you did the Russian national anthem, but next week you'll do God Bless America.
Be glad to do it.
Oh,
Yes.
that's going to be something you don't want to miss on the program. Next week, come back with us.